babe, there's no disguise. Well, one thing I can say, you could have done it better that way. When I can drink my whiskey, I can drink it by the jar for sure. Well, one thing I can hide, you gotta keep your feelings inside, oh yeah. You gotta keep your feelings inside. Well, I have to be, yeah. I confess that I vicious war. Treat me like the enemy, no more. We are the lovers that lay with the life of devotion. The price that we pay is divine. You wanted analog flesh in a digital world. Oh, be my digital girl. My digital girl. My digital girl. My digital girl. Oh, be my digital girl. It's how we fall in love. It's how we fall in Isn't it criminal lying awake, suffering all you can hurt? I wanted analog flash in this goddamn digital world tonight. Well, I know that time is short, and we barely speak anymore. Just you know that I'm still there whenever you need a friend. Well, it seems like God of life could have with us, and that's fine. We'll go out one of these nights. We'll relive old times. Like it used to be. Before we had responsibility.
SRBRadio.com.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham City, down at St Andrews, we are all supporters of our team. The chant of Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy.
Welcome as always to Monday Night's Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Elite Maintenance. My granddaughter Ava's very first game on Saturday, proudly accompanied by myself and my eldest son Adam. Sad to think that in years to come she will have to remember not only the humiliation of losing 4-1, but also the videos will be forever available on YouTube. She dropped a burger on the floor, fell asleep and wanted to go home, a bit like a lot of us. What can I say as a passionate blues fan? Even I have to say that I don't think I've witnessed anything like it in my lifetime. We just can't play that style of football with the standard of players we have. Or is it the players themselves that don't want to play that way? quick free kicks, playing from the back, constantly losing possession for one reason or another, poor defensive formation, sub not ready for several minutes after Keita was clearly not going to be able to continue. On the bright side, if it wasn't for the man of the match, Thomas Kuzak, it would have been another Bournemouth. So something has to change, and fast, as we're currently in free fall. Is it the manager? Is it the style? Do the fans have to change? It's all up for debate on tonight's Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Elite Maintenance of Stone and Staffordshire. So as usual, strap yourselves in, get ready for the one and only Tilton Talk Show.
We are the lads from Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We are the lads from Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?
I'll just take him off.
John Roger Shankly Hind, born the 2nd of February 1942, passed away on the 18th of February 2017. Roger was a Scottish professional footballer who played centre-half. His playing career started at Rangers, where he played in the 1967 European Cup Winners' Cup final before moving to the Football League. He played for Birmingham City, where he amassed more than 200 games and won promotion to the First Division in 1972. He was the nephew of Bill Shankly. In 2012, Hind was one of 7 former players elected to Birmingham City's Hall of Fame. Roger sadly passed away on Saturday, aged 75. I'm sure everyone here on the show and every Birmingham City fan offers sympathy and condolences to all his friends and family. Roger always played with his false teeth left in the changing rooms. He played in the first game I ever went to. Thanks for the memories, big man. Rest in peace. Sad day.
Very,
Sad day.
very.
Yeah. Like I say, got some great memories. You won't have any, of course. Far too young. But what a man! What an absolute player! What would we do to have one of him his class right now? But there
Oh,
you go.
crikey, yeah.
Not much to talk about tonight, Mr. Pugh.
No, I think it's going to be a quiet one, isn't it?
I reckon it's going to be really dead quiet. I don't think there's going to be anybody on the shoutbox
No.
at all tonight.
No, not a lot to talk about.
What can I say? What a disaster! Ava dropped a burger.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, that's the big... I wasn't aware of that. If I'd have known that,
just after
I don't think I'd have been able to come in tonight, to be honest.
Can I
if
just,
I'd
can
have
I
known
just
that.
quickly say, it's for some strange coincidence, and we haven't worked this out at all. We've all had our haircut.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Do you have yours on today?
Yesterday.
Saturday.
Today?
Oh, well, there you go.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There you go.
There you go.
How crazy is that? On a serious note, the burger was neither in or there. I think she had enough of it anyway.
Yeah.
To be fair. What happened?
Um,
I've got the score right. Wrong
you
way
did
round,
get the
but I
score
got
right, yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. I did think of that on the way home. I mean, it's just... Do you know what? I think that's been coming. I honestly think that's been coming.
Yeah.
And I think it needed a battering. And I think for the fans, you know, to realise that this is definitely not, you know, you can wish for fancy football all you want, but
It wasn't even fancy
this is
football,
definitely not what we're this is not the future. Do you know what I mean? This is not a sign of things to come. This is not a plan of 3 years, and in 3 years' time we'll be doing wonderful things. This whole setup, the whole whatever we've got at the moment is a train wreck at the moment. I mean, how many things could you name that went wrong? You know, that we honestly, an hour and a half isn't long enough to go through everything that went wrong on Saturday. Didn't start particularly well. You know, we could have conceded twice before we actually did. The first goal is the first goal is a free header for their 6'7" striker from a corner. I mean, you know, that is...
Maybe it was difficult to pick out. You know what I mean?
It's easily... a lot of people say schoolboy defending. That is, like, high school football defending. Make sure their 6'7" striker doesn't get a free header. And from then on... obviously Keita going off was a blow. And then Robinson came on, and at that point I'm thinking, we could be in real trouble here. As you say, Kuszczak made a couple of good saves. They actually had a shot where their own player blocked it about 4 yards out as well, which if that probably was heading in as well. And then you go in 1-0 and you think, okay, just forget that half, regroup and go again in the second half and try and get on the front foot early. And then 85 seconds in, we're 2-0 down. So it's absolutely hopeless. And then the third goal is a breakaway. The fourth goal is one of the most disgusting goals I've seen at Blues. For a two-man midfield, a two-man wall to just be standing there, not ready or anything for the free kick, and their taker is just strolling up to take the kick, and we're not even looking at the ball. The players aren't even, they're just not interested. They gave up. They gave up as much as the fans gave up, and I think that's the most alarming thing. The fact that the players, those players, definitely gave up after that. Probably after the second
13
goal.
minutes before the end of that game, people started walking out.
Yeah? Well, can you blame them? After
I
that?
left at 8 minutes. I don't.
I'm not being funny. It was kids for a quid and they were overcharged.
That was one of the comments that, on the shout box.
Oh, yeah, Andrew. Sorry, Andrew. Yeah.
Do we think the kids for
Sorry, Andrew. I didn't even say that.
Do we think the kids for a quid got good value for money?
Yeah.
That's a great one.
But, I mean, it was just so depressing to see, and this progress, this work in progress, and this good football, and the positive signs that people are seeing. Where is it now? Where the last two games we were awful at Preston. We got away with losing 2-1. We nearly scraped a point if it wasn't for them scoring late on. But then to lose at home to QPR 4-1. I mean, it's just abysmal. That honestly, that was abysmal on Saturday. That was really bad.
Queen's Park Rangers manager named
Holloway.
Yeah, Holloway. He'd got us sussed from the first minute.
Yeah, of course he had. Yeah,
he'd looked at the style of player football that we were doing, and he took 2 men on the board, 2 men on the man, 2 men on the man.
Do you know what? It's not even difficult to suss. It's not that difficult to suss us out. I mean, I said after the Sheffield Wednesday, the fact we played 4 at the back. And our 2 fullbacks were bombing forward, so they left. We were left with 2 centre halves and a defensive midfielder in Gleeson. Actually, then we go to QPR, where he decides to play 3 at the back, and so whenever the fullbacks were bombing forward, actually we were left with just 3 central defenders. So the gap between midfield and defence was even bigger than it was against Sheffield Wednesday. And we were looked so vulnerable against Sheffield Wednesday. So quite what the plan was there, I don't know. Shotton came back and looked ridiculously ropey. Cogley looked okay for half an hour, but then after the first goal went in, the whole defence went to pot. And my opinions on Robinson in the team. So yeah, absolutely shocking. And there is no positivity you can take from a game like that. All you can do is come away from that.
Either, was there? It was same all the way through.
Well, funnily enough, there was a plan B. Yeah, it was to put Jack Storer on and play him in every single position on the pitch except striker.
Yes, that was a bit strange, wasn't it?
I mean, if that is absolute desperation from the manager. That is. I mean, I don't know how much he knows about Storer, but he's thrown him on. Throw him on up front then. Give the lad a chance. I saw him three times in the space of 10 minutes. He was playing right wing back. Yeah. Then he was over on the left wing position, and then he was playing as part of a midfield too.
Do you have any answers?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Get rid.
So you're saying he's got to go?
He has to.
How many in this room thought that Zola would still be in charge today?
At what point? After the game?
Yeah. Do you think he'd still be in charge?
I thought he would be.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think they're too scared.
It's going to be very.
I think they're too scared to admit their mistake.
I'm just thinking they've had plenty of time to get somebody in place.
But if they get rid of him, they've got to get. Listen, they're still the same investment company that want to sell us.
Of course, yeah.
So if they're going to get rid of him, they've got to get another name in. Now, which manager with a name is now going to come to a team that are honestly now actually quite desperately looking over their shoulder in the Championship?
Kev Kelly says Jack Storer in midfield was a Lee Clark effort.
Absolutely, but even when the team was announced, you look at the Blues Twitter feed, and everybody's saying it. Oh, the Lee Clark team selection tombola has been brought back out. And it was back to that. You look, the team's announced, and you're thinking, well, what on earth is this? Where's the
comment here from Daz Hines? Zola will sort this out.
Honestly, Daz,
it's
a genuine question. Where is that coming from? Where is your belief, apart from the blind faith that you're a Blues fan and you're desperately hoping that this works out? Where is that belief coming from that Gianfranco Zola is the man to turn this round, based on his previous managerial career and his 15 games in charge of Blues? Where is the belief that he is going to turn it round? I absolutely don't see one shred of hope that he's going to turn it round.
All right, okay. Interesting comment here from Tom Shakespeare. Zola won't resign, the board won't sack him, and we'll gamble on the fact that we won't be relegated this season.
They are gambling on that, yeah.
In the summer to get in exactly who he thinks we need to play the way he wants to. Also, fans blaming Panos is outrageous. He's simply a middleman between the club and manager fans since TTA took over. The decisions regarding manager changes does not lie with him. Unfortunately, all we can do as fans is keep backing the boys during this relegation fight.
And listen, the fans will keep backing the team, right? But this is another thing about Zola. There is absolutely zero connection between him and the fans. Zero. Once again, every home game that he's been in charge, I have waited at the end to see what he does after the final whistle. And again at QPR, especially when you've just been beaten 4-1 at home to QPR, right? And there are still fans left in that ground. He put his hands in his pocket. He shut Holloway's hand. He put his hands in his pockets. He sullenly walked over the pitch, shaked a couple of QPR players' hands, shake the referee's hand, hands back in his pockets, head down, straight down the tunnel.
Referee was awful. Made some awful decisions.
The referee was incredibly picky. Incredibly picky. There were occasions where he let things go for QPR and then pulled them back for us, which is really frustrating. When he's letting them have the advantage and he's letting the game flow for them, but he's picking things up on us and things like that. But we are really clutching at straws if we're talking about the referee after that game.
I thought he had a really poor game. I really did.
But was that the reason we lost?
No.
Was that the reason we got humiliated 4-1 at home by QPR?
Not at all. It was just another nail in the day's coffin.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Along with the
I agree he was poor. Yeah.
Oh dear me.
Quite a few comments to get through. Shall I just have a quick run
by
through?
all means,
Just a
'cause I
few.
think I'm on a different
The
one
ref
from
was
you.
clueless and definitely had one high.
Ref was shocking.
Ref was shocking. Quite a few ref was shockings. How does Zola expect us to play football when he plays Tesh?
Yeah, Tesh was poor. I mean, I really liked Tesha when he was on loan, but he has failed to live up to those standards when he was on loan at us. And he's getting a little frustrating, yeah.
He lacks passion, amazing player, poor manager, says Benji Smith.
I can't. You don't see anything in him that suggests he's up for this fight. And this is now becoming a fight that we've got to turn this round.
Lots of
it's becoming a serious fight
on his formation as well, isn't there? But people
but I think that's the desperation now.
This sort of diamond formation.
Well, it was diamond, and then it was, so he's realised that it wasn't working in the first 8 games, so then he changed to the diamond, and we beat Fulham, so he sticks with the diamond for a couple of games, and we got beat comfortably at Sheffield Wednesday and got really outplayed at Preston. So then he goes to 3 at the back in the second half of Preston. We get slightly better, and then so he keeps it for the QPR, and we've just been annihilated against QPR. So now what's his plan? So you mentioned no plan B. Actually, I think he's had a plan B, C, D, and E, and absolutely none of them are working. But I just don't see the fight in him at all.
attributed it to it, though, is the fact that we've got a lot of players out. Yeah? No, we have. Right, in fairness, right?
Yeah.
Who have we got out that
Do you know
come in though,
Donaldson,
and do anything?
How many times have we sat here in this studio on a Monday, right, and people have given Donaldson absolute pelters. Absolute pelters. When he was linked with a move away in January, people would have driven him to wherever he was supposed to be going. And now we won 1 in 15.
No, it wasn't.
And all
just
of a sudden,
Donaldson's it was Donaldson,
out.
Davis.
Well, Davis is out his own stupidity.
Yeah.
Gardner's out for his own
out,
stupidity.
Yeah. But they're out. They're not available to pick.
Yeah.
So that might have had some kind of bearing on the outcome. Possibly. No.
Honestly, I think we're clutching at straws so much.
I'm trying to, maybe.
Because Davis, Gardner, Magoma, Donaldson, none of that changes that incredibly woeful back four. You know.
Gloria says our first kick at goal was a deliberate miss.
Yeah. I mean, the ensue chance.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that is the only straw that you can clutch at. That if that actually does go in, goals do change games, and if we go 1-0 up, you never know. But all over the park, they were so much better than us, and they were more committed than us. And I mean, there was nothing I could take from it. Absolutely nothing.
Shoutbox has gone mad, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I can't. It is difficult to keep up with, but we're trying our best. A comment here from Alison Shilton a little bit earlier. Gianfranco Zola has full support of Birmingham City Board, Sky sources, and you got tagged in this as well.
Yeah.
They've got to be joking. Some of the comments on there. If I don't get my message read out tonight, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
There you go, Alison, we've done it for you.
No tears tonight.
We've saved you the tears. My friends were at them a couple of weeks ago, and I asked them to send him your love.
Yeah.
It was you, I think, yeah.
I don't think it was me.
But a comment here from my son. We need to back him now. People singing "Getting Sacked in the Morning," that ain't blues.
No.
What is blues?
Although it's quite humorous, I thought.
What is blues?
I don't know.
Can somebody explain to me what blues is?
Well,
Because I'm not being funny. We have backed him. We in this studio, and I'm not being funny, 20,000 through the door, kids for a quid or not, 20,000 through the gate, when we've won 1 in 14, is backing that manager, he's backing that team. You know, 20,000 is a really good attendance
I was
for a
really
team that's
surprised at
won
that,
1 in 14.
you do burgers for a quid.
Whether it's kids for a quid or not, right? They have backed that manager. We have backed the manager.
Robert Doyle says we need 6 points and we can relax, but don't know where they will come from.
Exactly.
Well, it's
we've got
Wolves
6
on
points in 15 games.
It's Wolves on Friday. That's half price.
I mean,
for their own
honestly,
support. That's going to be. I think there's going to be a big turnout there after. I know they got knocked out in a couple.
But they put in a good shift,
and a full
and they had fans behind them.
That's the highest attendance I've had in that stadium for 36 years apparently.
I mean, I'm concerned about Wolves.
Right.
I am. I mean, if we take a pelt in there, then whatever your son says, any backing that he had will be gone. If we get mullered by Wolves, embarrassed by Wolves, that's it. There's no way back with the fans. The board can back him as much as they want.
In
and
way
if
of
the board want
embarrassment, what do you mean? What do you mean?
3-4-0, get absolutely battered, played off the park.
You'll be happy.
No, of course
In a
you won't
way.
be happy. You won't be happy.
With
They're below us still.
Sorry?
With what? Sorry.
I say if we lose 1-0, you'll be happy.
No.
Technically, they're still below us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why we shouldn't go there and play well and beat them. If we you know. But this is it now. There is absolutely no confidence. Zero confidence in the players. Zero confidence in the manager. Zero confidence from the fans. I mean, we've sold that allocation out at Wolves, like 2,500, 3,000 fans. Hardly any of them will be going expecting to win. So this backing of the team and backing of the manager that we're so dismayed that we're not doing, I don't see that one bit, because we're still travelling and we're still following them.
All right, people. There's people out there that will be going to the game on Friday. Then,
Yeah.
are you expecting?
I will
to
be
win?
going.
Are you
I'm going.
expecting a win on Friday if you're going to the game? There you go.
Good one.
A couple of comments here from Warren Starling. We were bullied in every department, and it was like watching schoolboys versus men.
It was like watching. It was like watching an org. I mean, the one thing that they were organised. QPR were organised and they were disciplined, and we were absolutely nowhere near their level.
And does anybody think that he'll be there if Wolves beat us?
Like, honestly. It depends how strong-willed and bloody-minded that the owners are. It really does. That's all that depends. Because if it was up to the fans, I think he'd have gone after Saturday. So it all depends on how much the board are so determined to not have egg on their face and to prove and to admit their mistake.
Thanks, Nathan Greenhouse, for that comment. And Gary Clark says we had our chances Saturday. We certainly did, 2 or 3, didn't we?
The ensue chance,
and the one that rolled right across the front of the goal.
That was at 2-0. Yeah.
But you could pull back from 2-0 if you get one in.
I mean, honestly, I just think we're really clutching at straws if we're going for these. You have to look at the overall performance, and we were embarrassed and we were battered.
We were.
Yeah,
we were. Holloway definitely didn't.
And this is this isn't Newcastle.
No.
Beautiful
word for this evening. Beautiful word for this evening.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, for goodness sake, I hope they win.
That's 8 o'clock kickoff. Hopefully, we'll bring you some good news from that. Sure.
Yeah. But that my point is that this is QPR. That I think they hadn't won in 5 before that, and they come and look like they're playing with all the confidence in the world.
They did. Yeah. Paul Gill, more than 46 points needed to stay up this year. Would you agree?
Yeah. Well, it's normally 50.
So Kevin Kelly says 51.
Yeah, you can write Rotherham off.
They look dead and buried.
Ignore Rotherham.
So there's 2 more got to go.
But Burton are picking up wins at home to Norwich and things like that.
Believe that? Could you believe that?
But this is the point. Everybody down there now is fighting for their life. And we're still trying to play this way that is making us look stupid.
A good point here from Andrew Cave. Some fans moaning about current situation, but think back to Kumar days when we were getting crowds of 6,000 and less.
I mean, that's all well and good, but if you completely ignore this situation, then who knows? We could be in League One with 6,000 attendances next season.
Okay, some Wolves comments coming then. After the performance at Chelsea, we can go there and beat them. That's from Andy Blunn. Craig Richards, if we lose, he needs to go. Daz Hines, we will end up going Friday and winning. Will everyone get off his back then?
No, and I don't think they should. I think the same with the Fulham win. I mean, people got off his back and were so relieved after the Fulham win, and we're so positive that this could be a stepping stone. And since then, the 3 games after that have just got from terrible to worse than terrible to the worst performance of the season by a country mile.
Absolutely, yeah. George Tasker, 1 win in 14 isn't acceptable for any manager.
No, it's not. Especially in the circumstances.
I wonder how many managers have still been in the job where they've just won 1 game in 4.
Well, Swansea had to do it.
Can't be that many.
Swansea sacked their manager and brought in Bob Bradley, and I think he won 1 in 8, 1 in 9, and they got rid of him. Because they realised that it wasn't working. And sometimes you do know it's not going to work so quickly. And sometimes you do have to just admit it. I haven't got anything against Gianfranco Zola personally. I'm sure everybody in football says he's a lovely bloke, and I'm sure he is a lovely bloke. I've never spoke to him. Absolutely nothing against as a person, but as a manager, and especially as a manager of this club with these players, absolutely not working.
Okay. More comments. Tom Shakespeare, this is the same Wolves that beat us comfortably under Rowett.
Well, that's a point. Yeah,
very good point.
And we were in a better place then than we are now.
Brian Evans, if the Dingles beat us, he can't stay. Get rid now. Daz Hines, I expect us to win. Nathan Greenhouse says no.
Daz is the most optimistic Blues fan I've ever met. How, after 1 win in 15, can you expect us to go to Wolves and win?
Alexander Pluck, I'm going to the game and no.
I'm going and I'm not expecting us to get anything.
I can't go. Damn. Need 51 points traditionally for safety.
Why are you
Clock's
going?
Getting 11 in the next 30
I am.
games. Clock's ticking.
Why are you going?
Why am I going? Because I'm a Blues fan.
Okay.
Robert Doyle,
Just
I am
wanted to
going, and
reiterate.
no. George Tasker, I'll be there Friday. Can't see us getting anything.
I mean, this is so many people now that are saying the same thing, but they're going because they're Blues fans,
Yeah.
and they will back the team whether we're playing Wolves away or Chesterfield away in League Two.
Wayne Day, you're joking. Not going to win that man in charge. Alison Shilton, no way a win. So it looks. Adrian Howell says Wolves raise the game for bigger games. They struggle against average to below average teams. This is classed as a big game. Is this now classed as a big game or average to below average? I think this is our biggest game of the season.
Every game's a big game. I mean, we're talking about being slightly concerned about being in a relegation fight, and they're below us, so they're still in a relegation fight. So this means as much to them as it does to us.
Peter Taylor, respect to Gardner for giving away the tickets after that performance. I'd rather have tickets to Michael Barrymore's pool party.
Oh no, you can't say that.
I think it was only 49.
It's supposed to be respect to the radio station.
Sorry, but I couldn't resist that one. It was good. It was clever.
What Mark Wamel says, give Franco until the end of the season. We are not going down.
I mean, that's very confident to say you're not going down. But my problem with giving him till the end of the season as well is, like Nick said, if you give him till the end of the season, you're giving him the start of the season. That means you're giving him the summer transfer window as well. And he could spend a lot of money in the window. I mean, not 30 million, but in relative terms to what Blues have, he could spend a lot of money, and it's still not working. And then what do you happen? So you've got 10 games down, and we've won one game, and we're in the bottom four.
Right, okay. Tom Shakespeare, anyone say get rid of Rowett when Wolves beat us last time? Hashtag Fickles.
Yes, actually, yeah. But we mentioned it after every defeat. There was people saying Rowett out.
Yeah. Justin Clowes, if he's got anything about him, he will walk if Wolves beat us. 20,000 fans expect a decent game. Saturday was shocking from Gloria Jackson.
I mean, I'm not being funny. He should have. I don't know whether he has spoke to the board. He should have offered to resign. The very least he could have done after that performance was offered to resign. If the board say no, we're behind you, then fine. But the very least he could have done was offer to resign after that.
Maybe he did in the meeting. We don't know.
Maybe.
Good one here from James Webb. Steve Bruce has just said on his interview that Villa are the best club he has ever managed.
It's good to hear.
He's an agent in the old Brucey. And Leza Hinsley, sorry, I haven't got my glasses on. I've got to say I was really shocked at the lack of attacking options and movements on Saturday. We kept the ball and had no options until we passed the ball out to our own players under pressure. Really worrying times, and we played sideways.
Exactly. Again, time after time. Every time I've seen it, every time I've seen us under Zola, it's been possession for possession's sake. There is no cutting edge. There is no attacking intent. There's no plan of what to do once we get 30 yards from the opposition's goal. We are. I mean, Greg Stewart. To be fair, he tried to get into positions, but then they slow everything down, and Stewart, he's quite. It's clear that Greg Stewart's quite a good technical player, but then he gets into, and then everything slows down again, and he puts his foot on the ball, and the opposition can reorganise, and it goes wide, and then we are back to square one again.
Dean Williams says get Pardew in.
I don't think Pardew would come to us.
No.
I think his ego's too big to drop down to the Championship.
Yes, Miss Brown.
Dad said he wants a massive shout out next Monday.
Next Monday.
Yeah,
What for?
When we beat Wolves.
Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. I'll tell you what, Daz, do one better.
We'll get him in.
Come in, yeah.
We'll get him
Come
on
in,
the
Daz.
phone, yeah.
No, come in. Tell him to come in.
Yeah, we can put you in the corner there.
Put in the corner. Yeah, we've got a high chair up there. I meant a high chair, not a high chair.
Can I just say, if anybody online who does want to come in, just drop me a line.
All you got to remember is no bad language, etc., etc.
We've got the phone line now, haven't we? So
That's
if you
right.
want to phone in,
or phone in.
yeah.
You can phone in at any time. Yeah.
George Tasker says we need to go back to basics. Lemonade players trying to play champagne football. Should we sack Zola?
Good analogy. I like that.
Rob Knight, I appreciate a very, very poor start from Zola, but if we sack him, are we not worried we might turn into another one of those teams that continually sack and sack? Yeah, there is that.
And what happens to can somebody explain what happens to those teams Who's sacked more managers than any other? Who's the one team that continues? Chelsea, like Chelsea, who continuously win things over and over again. I mean, even Leeds have sacked. Even Leeds have sacked and sacked and sacked. And guess what? They've finally got a man in now who's quite good, and they're in a good position. So Fulham sack and sack and sack, and they've got a manager now. They've actually got one now that's decent. So if you keep sacking managers, all joking aside, you keep sacking a manager. 1 in 5 managers is going to actually probably do something quite good for you.
Alex Sheridan says we don't want to become a club that sacks managers every 5 minutes.
Why?
So
Why do we not want to be a side that if we sack 4 managers in 3 seasons and then get a good manager, why do we not want that?
Leonard Edgington, hi Tilton from Queensland, Australia. In any other business, a manager would have been sacked with his results. Zola is very lucky.
Well, he's very lucky that the board appointed him in the way they did, because, I mean, they have to stick by their man, don't they? We've said this on the show. They have to stick by their man, otherwise they look ridiculous, not only to Blues fans, but especially to outside football as well now. You know, everybody is laughing at us. Everybody's loving what is happening to us because of the media's perception of the way we sacked Rowett. So everybody's loving what's happening to us.
I'm quite a way behind on the shout box, Chris. So if anything good does come up, just ding your bell if you would.
Yeah,
because you're looking at the top, and I'm kind of in the middle of it at the minute. Jared McLaughlin, Zola in the matchday programme, says we're making the same mistakes every week. If he knows what mistakes are, why isn't he fixing
exactly? He knew. We knew. October and November, when we were talking about the transfer window, what was the one thing that people said we needed? Fullbacks and a centre half. It was plainly obvious for everybody to see that if Morrison or Shotton were to get injured, then we were going to be struggling. And he never rectified it. He got attacking midfielders, and he got Gardner in. And he hasn't rectified. We knew the positions we needed strengthening. Surely he did.
Go on.
Sack Chris Pugh.
Go on.
Get somebody better in, says Adrian. And Andrew Roy says that Brucey has Alzheimer's.
Ray Hobro, we had this with Clark. Once you step onto the pitch, where is the leadership? Good point.
Well, it's a good point. I mean,
there wasn't much there, was there?
I mean, the players have to respect Zola as a player. But where is the respect for him as a manager? You know, if you're looking over at Zola, you know, you can admire. He can. I mean, he's probably still better than half of our players technically as a player, even at his age now. But as a manager, when you're out on that pitch and you need leadership and guidance, and you look over and see him, where's
with his scarf on his hand in his pocket.
But there is no.
It's almost kind of an umbrella moment, isn't it?
I said there was no connection between him and the fans. I'm struggling to see the connection between him and the players as well, which is even more alarming.
Okay. Justin Clare says, Daz is drunk. I'm going hoping for a draw, but always back the team.
Absolutely, always back the team. Like I said, I'll be there, and I'll be cheering them on as much as anybody.
Daz says he'll come in, no problem.
Perfect.
Only if we win, Daz. Only if we win.
Good point here from Steve Brummy. Rooks, you can't blame 14 games on bad luck. Zola has not a clue about championship football.
I agree.
Really shouldn't be talking about this, should we? We should be on a high now, shouldn't we? All this should have worked and everything, clicked into place, and we're sat in like 4th, you know what I mean? And them up the road are still rock bottom down.
I mean, that I'm sure that was the owner's plan, yeah.
But I mean, we've never had an upbeat season since we started Tilton Talk.
No, probably not. No,
you have to think about it.
I don't remember it.
Adrian House says this is direct at you, Chris Pugh. I'd be more than happy to let him spend our summer transfer window to rebuild with better quality players. If it doesn't work after, he will walk, but we will be left with better players. But then we have to bring a manager in with a
better players. Better players for what style exactly? If you're just going to keep, I mean, you bring, somebody mentioned Pardew, you bring Pardew in, or you bring Mark Warburton in, or Dean Smith from Walsall, who are a couple of other names. They're not going to play the way Zola wants to play. So you've got Zola's players, and you're not actually. There's there's no cohesion. There's no follow on.
David Curry's angry. His record as a manager says it's all not one more game out now in capital letters.
I mean, obviously they're not going to get rid of him now, so that means he's got the Wolves game.
Gregory Beasley, can we have Mr. Fun back with long hair? He was a bit more positive.
I don't think I was.
I love it.
I don't remember me being as positive. No.
Oh dear. Why put Store on in midfield from Nathan when we've kind of covered that one?
And if you want it again, there is no absolutely zero reason why you'd do that. Just a mad, desperate act, I think that was.
Rob Dawes says if you keep sacking managers, you'll be tarred with the same brush as Villa.
Well, only if we keep making the wrong decisions. You know, like I said, like you said, nobody's sacked their managers as stupidly as Leeds, and then they sack, and then they've finally got a good one. I don't care what other people think of us. I don't care if other fans across the country are thinking why they keep sacking their managers. What a stupid club! If finally we get somebody decent, what do I care? Why should we care what Fulham fans think of us of sacking managers if we're fourth with our 7th manager in 6 seasons? Doesn't bother me one bit what anybody else thinks of us. We're fourth.
Okay, so it's Dingletown on Friday then. Let's have your predictions for this one. 1 in 14 we've won. Saturday's performance was abysmal. We're going to have Gardner back. We'll have Davis back.
Yeah.
Magoma's still out. Donaldson's still out.
Morrison's still out.
And Djukovic is probably still out. So
yeah, well, a hamstring isn't normally 1 week.
4
so,
to 6, isn't it,
yeah.
usually. So let's have your predictions for the Wolves game on Friday night. Mr. Pugh.
This is incredibly tough. I think Wolves are going to come out.
That's why it's 15-0 Blues.
I think the alarming thing for me is how slowly we start games, and I think Wolves are going to come out absolutely flying.
The alarming thing
at
for
us.
me was how well Queen's Park Rangers had done their homework on us. And,
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
Knew exactly how we were going to play and bombarded us. Okay,
I would say, I think they'll look to punish us. Can we score 3-1 Wolves?
1-3.
So you're going to Wolverhampton to watch a 3-1 defeat.
Chris Brown.
Yep.
I'm going to go. I think it'll be a bit closer than that. I'll go for 2-1 Wolves.
1-2. I want to go for a 1-1 draw.
And I think the one goal will be an own goal.
Okay, so we'll read some of yours out there. Here we go. Aaron Gill 1-1. Kev Kelly, Wolves 3-0.
Somebody else has gone for 15-1.
Daz Hines on a serious though note, 2-1 to Blues. If we could find the net instead of the woodwork, we might win, from Matt Watkins. How many times have we hit the bar on the post? It's considerable, isn't it? Like in the last 4 or 5 games.
But yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Ray Hobro says, I think if Blues score
Better in
first,
net.
we don't lose.
That's interesting, actually, because I think I'd rather they scored first. All joking aside,
Our heads go down straight off, man.
Yeah, they do.
I think there'd be, mind you, if we score first away from home, maybe their crowd will get on their backs a bit.
Alex Sheldon says it's 18 times this year we've hit the crossbar or the woodwork. I don't know how true that is. I don't know the stats, to be fair, but if that's the case, wow.
8
Kevin
times.
Kelly says it's 8. So I don't know. I really don't know.
I think it's 20 times we've hit the woodwork. Daz Hines. I think that's a red herring, though.
Really? Yeah, I know, but
I
like with a little bit more accuracy, then
Doesn't stop us being
no.
extremely embarrassing at the back.
Nice
Daz,
one,
Daz thinks it's 20 times we've hit the woodwork.
Mandy Irvin says I'll go 2-1 Blues. Nice and optimistic there, Mandy. Even I don't share that optimism this week, and I'm usually like the the one that still won't say, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Adrian, I'm going to Wolves win. I'm betting on a Wolves win, so sounds so bound to be a Blues win.
Well, I hope that's the case, yeah.
I can't see any point in doing that. Can you? Betting on, the away team to win.
I can.
Not about winning money, surely.
If you back against your team, then if you lose, you're sad you've lost, but at least you've won some money. So I can sort of see.
Chris White 0-0. Mark Hopkins, gents. It also didn't help that Holloway has spent a lot of time at our training ground with Rowett. He knows half of our team. Blues 2-1. So it's not all doom and gloom.
Yeah.
It's mostly doom and gloom. It's not all doom and gloom.
Mark's gone for a 3-2 to Blues. Thomas Lewis has gone 0-0 if we are lucky.
And Sebastian
Dean Williams put everyone hit the bar after the game.
And Sebastian Ellis says, "Don't see us scoring without the Duke up front."
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, it was pretty evident to see that QPR. I think QPR looks pretty confident that without Jutkovic up front, that we weren't just going to lump it in the box. So we had to get through them, and we couldn't.
Brilliant. If they'd raised the net, we'd still hit the bar.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, we'd still find a way. Yeah.
Is it strange we can have a really bad season year after year after year, but the one thing that shines through is Blues fans' humour.
Brilliant, yeah. I mean, look at the season though. Overall, we started the season off very well. Always hovering around the playoff places, and then just typical Blues. All of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, but the thing is this time is it didn't need to happen, did it?
Do you think
it was
done any better
it was
than
completely?
This last 14 games?
But that's the whole point. We'd never know.
No.
We will never ever know, and that's the point. So you can say that we were on a downward spiral if people are saying that anyway. But the fact of the matter is you'll never know.
Ray Hobro says, "I expect to see Blues on Soccer AM soon and win the crossbar challenge."
I think we'd absolutely destroy that.
Maxine Stanley 3-0 to Wolves. Robert Champion 1-2 Gardner and Davis. So I take it that's a win for Blues.
This is the one thing that Vince Frost says give him a chance. And I don't know if he's being serious or pedantic. But how much of a chance have we give him? We have given him every chance, every single chance. The fans have, the board have, the players have.
A lot of the fans have been on his back from day one.
No, I wouldn't say they've been on his back.
Certainly,
they've been
over the sacking.
They've been unhappy, about the sacking. Now that's fair enough. I maintain to this day that that's fair enough. But as soon as he comes in, that Brighton game, it was the Brighton game, his first game. As soon as that game kicks off, everybody's behind him and the team. Yeah, I know. There's nobody who wants Blues to lose so that Zola can get the sack.
Mark, one I was feeling positive, but you guys have dragged me down. Stay strong, it will turn.
That's specifically my job, Mark, to just make everybody as miserable as I am.
Hence the name Mr. Fun. And Gloria Jackson says, you've got to love your club drama every season, every owner.
Well, yeah.
Okay, just nipping across to other things then. Anything on the ladies this week, Christopher?
Yes, FA Cup draw, 5th round was made today. And Blues have been drawn at home to West Brom ladies, which is a nice little Midlands derby. West Brom are in the 3rd tier.
That was my question. How high up are they?
Yeah, they're not in the WSL structure 1 or 2, but they're in the Premier League, which is the one below the WSL. So, yeah, they're a 3rd tier team. We've been drawn at home, which is nice. Our first game of the season will be at home. So,
and the date of that will be?
I think they're due to be played the 19th of March.
Okay.
Yes. So, not too bad a draw. It could have been a lot worse. All the WSL 1 teams were incorporated at this stage, so we could have got Man City or Chelsea. Not a too bad a draw overall. Hopefully, a passage to the quarterfinals.
Jack Monarch says playing the ladies against Wolves.
Yeah, well, yeah.
They're all integrated.
I'll tell you what, yeah.
Would it be,
They certainly wouldn't give up the way we gave up after the 3rd goal on.
So no more on transfer news or anything then?
No, not.
Okay,
quiet. No, quiet. Yeah. I wouldn't expect there to be a lot more now. To be fair, that we've assembled quite a solid squad, and I think he's quite pleased with what he's got there now. So
Man City signed that American girl, didn't they?
Don't get me started.
Go on, start.
What a waste of time. 4 months her contract is,
4
and then she's back to America.
Really?
So actually, she doesn't play one game of FAWSL football. She plays the Spring Series, and she'll play the FA Cup, and she'll play any Champions League games that they play. They're in the quarterfinals at the. So they've basically spent all this money to get a 34-year-old World Player of the Year from America over to sell countless shirts in America with Lloyd 10 on the back, which they'll do, you know, because Carly Lloyd is loved across America. So they'll sell loads of Man City shirts with Lloyd 10 on the back, which will probably cover all the costs of her wages. And they get her for 4 months, basically to try and buy the Champions League.
Money.
And the amount of people that come out and said it was great for women's football and great for the league.
Yeah.
While Sunderland are revealing that they've got to go part time because they can't keep up, and the likes of Yeovil are being promoted and they're not going to be able to keep up. So, but apparently it's great for the game and the women's league.
Yes, Mr. Brown.
Gregory Beasley said, any news on the box to auction seats with special guest Mr. Fun? Can I have 2 tickets, please, and a parking space? Well, there is some news, and it'll be coming up in the next couple of weeks, but that is ongoing. That could happen.
Who wants to spend money on me?
I ain't got a clue.
Madness. Honestly, it would be the most uninteresting,
fan club.
boring, miserable afternoon you'll ever spend.
Yeah, there are talks. There are some talks on us having a box, so to auction
right.
seats off. So,
Important now, Mr. Brown. Bit disappointed.
sorry,
I'm a bit disappointed.
why?
The Super 6 top 10 table didn't get put on the Tilton
I
tour
know,
this weekend.
and guess who got into
And
the
I
top
was in
10?
it. I was third.
Really?
I think so.
No, not in the actual top 10. You're not.
I
Sorry.
think so.
No, sorry.
No.
No, I think that
For the round,
that may
maybe.
just be for that round, you mean?
Yeah, for this round. That's what
Oh
I'm
no,
talking about.
I mean top 10 proper.
Oh, no, I can't keep...
Proper.
I think we all did. Well, I was.
11, I think.
How did you get 12?
11, 12...
I got 13, so yeah.
I'm still once again top 10 presenter.
Closing in.
I even beat my sister this week.
There you
Well
go.
done. It's a good effort.
It was a guess.
We didn't even have any help from the
Oh, of course, yes. That
participants.
the audience participation
Got you top score,
got me
didn't it?
13 points, top score. Well done, everybody.
Cheat.
And I was thinking, what if I won the £250,000? What would I do?
You'd have had to have shared
Everybody
it
would
with
have asked.
everybody.
Everybody.
Because they'd have all... It's all...
How would we
It's
have
all
known?
down,
How would we
isn't
have
it?
known
Yeah.
which people were the ones we actually took the answers off?
would have had to have a boxing match outside of this.
I can see a few court cases coming up.
Right, going back to Saturday's game, the Keita situation with the substitution. I mean, he was down for 5 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes,
yeah.
and we hadn't even got a sub ready.
No. I mean that's a bit amateurish, but obviously I think they were hoping Keita would stay on, but it did look it looked pretty early on, yeah.
And that, you know, it was flopping all
Yeah.
over the place. It was quite obvious from me, and I was just literally a few yards in
Yeah.
front of him, and quite obvious to me that, you know, if it's quite obvious to me, it must be quite obviously to the medics on
Yeah.
the pitch, and they must have radios, surely, right, sub on. And, you know, another 2 or 3 minutes, I think we were 1-0 down at that point, were we?
Yes, I think we were, yeah.
And then playing with 10 men in the style that we were playing?
Yeah.
Oh, furious, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely
And
furious.
then the man who comes on is Robinson, which doesn't help anybody, but...
Seb said, any word on Barry Fire appearing, or talks are ongoing with Mr. Fry's men as well?
Right, okay, what about these...
Don't tell anybody. What?
A bit later then.
No, a bit later.
Great for radio.
I think we will have a guest next week. So.
Martin Holton is watching Sutton at the moment. I think they would beat us. Zola should be watching.
Has anybody seen the horse yet?
They must be holding... Oh, God, no. They must be holding Arsenal.
Arsenal.
No. Any news on the other game up north, Chris, if you could have a
I will just check. Both games are 0-0.
Both games 0-0 currently. So.
And Arsenal.
Yeah, Martin says, watching Sutton at the moment, think they would beat us. Zola should be watching.
I just read that.
Have you?
Yeah.
I'm really good.
You're
You've been
too far
in front of
behind
me
me.
there.
Far
Sorry.
behind me.
Sorry.
Paul Gill, even my 9-year-old son said why he wasn't the sub ready. If a 9-year-old child is you know, recognising that.
Yeah.
Something's not right, man. Something was not.
I mean, that's everybody on the bench as well, isn't it? So you got to say why wasn't, at least one person on the bench could have been alert enough, but.
Right, Jack Monix, why didn't we play the young Arsenal centre back on Sunday? Surely he could have been better than Robbo in the air versus Matt Smith.
Well, yeah, it's a funny one, isn't it? Because he played him against Preston, and it seems like he was the one to cop the flack as he was left out. But you'd have thought if we were playing three at the back, then the Arsenal kid would have a really good chance of playing because we haven't got that many centre halves as it is, especially fit ones. But yeah, he was left out, so.
Adrian says maybe the players were arguing on who was going on. Can you just imagine it in the dugout? No, you're having a laugh. I ain't going on. You're doing it. No, let's
I'm doing it. No, you do it.
Bring back Trevor Francis. Give him a second chance. I don't think he'd come to you.
No.
I don't think he'd need the hassle at the moment. Yeah,
He's on the stress, I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't very
He's
well,
not
was
been
he?
very well,
Yeah,
so
he won't want it.
no, I certainly don't think he'd be.
No.
And Maxine Stanley says Zola needs to go. I went Saturday. I left half time. I love the Blues, but I would not pay to watch
Left half
them
time.
until he is gone.
That's a bit drastic.
That's drastic.
But I mean that was the disappointing thing as well. The fact it was kids for £1, and you for the first time in a long, well, with the exception of the Villa game, for the first time in a long time, there's over 20,000 people there. Yeah, it looked pretty good. The attendance, in the crowd.
Yeah.
And then they get delivered with that. So yeah, how many of those people we've said before, haven't we? You want to get the kids in. How do you get them in to watch us rather than sit at home and watch Man United and Chelsea?
Yeah.
And then
that's not the way.
Kids for £1 and they see that. There's no way they're coming back.
Yeah, shortchanged.
Aaron Gill says, "What if he strings 3 wins together?" Now, what you've got to bear in mind is we've got Wolves away, Leeds at home, and Wigan at home.
Three
Can
wins.
you see 9 points out of that?
No.
How many
3
points,
wins
how many
in a
points
row.
out of those 3 games?
What's the one after Wolves? Leeds.
Wolves away, Leeds
at home.
Wigan at home.
I mean, Wigan at home. If we lose Wolves and Leeds, which is very possible, then Wigan at home all of a sudden becomes absolutely enormous.
Crucial.
How
many points do you get out of them 3 games? Wolves, Leeds and Wigan.
We might get through.
I can't see us getting.
Says he couldn't string his legs in.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean,
a race it'd be nice to win 1 in a row.
Yeah, it would. Lovely, yeah.
Keep the humour coming, people, because we're a bit down this week. Alison Shilton says none.
I think I'm struggling to give us anything from Wolves and Leeds. So you're looking at Wigan and you say if like I say, if we do lose those 2, then that becomes a 6 point and we've got to win that.
That says 10 out of 9.
As optimistic as Daz has been, I think that's slightly over the top. Yeah.
Dear me.
Yeah, that's actually quite funny.
So how many are stay sitting then? What do you reckon at the next three matches?
Three at a push.
So it's just
beat Wigan.
Yeah.
You've got to beat Wigan at home. If you don't win that, if we lose,
we're going to be
Wolves,
expected to beat them now,
exactly,
and that could go against us.
But I mean, I'm not being funny. If you're Wigan now,
Kevin Kelly, Chris Brown, if Zola strings 3 wins together in a row, I will donate £50 to your charity. That's for Birmingham Children's Hospital. That's absolutely marvellous.
Come on, Zola.
Is that the whole rest of the season, or is that the next 3 games? Though we need to know that. We need to get that
we need
clarified.
paragraph 3.
We need it.
Stroke.
We need it.
4.
The I's dotted and the T's crossed.
That's it.
On that one.
Okay.
Daz says 4 points.
Well, considering Daz has given us a win against Wolves,
Steve Rook.
he's only given us 1 point from Leeds and Wigan at home.
Is it still 3 points for a win? I can't remember. Don't you just love it? Oh, yes. Brilliant stuff. There's only Birmingham fans that can laugh at this, aren't there, really? It is.
We've been used to it, haven't we, for the last 100 odd years? Oh, my Lord, yeah.
Robert Dawes says 2 points next 3. Daz has got 4. And Ray says 15 shots on Saturday, 2 on target for Blues. Queen's Park, 16 shots and 9 on.
Yeah, but how many of those 15 shots were just 30-yard pop shots that went wide or over the bar? Yeah, how many times are we getting in and creating really good chances, or we just shooting from range because we're getting impatient and we can't break through teams. That's stats can be very misleading at times.
They can be, yeah. Sean Hall, the thing about Saturday is that loads of kids attended, and with possible parents that haven't been down for a while. Can you blame them for not coming
No,
back?
of course you can't. No, absolutely. Why would you pay if that's what you're being served up?
Sutton 0, Arsenal 1.
Oh well.
Shame. What a shame.
About time.
If Zola strings three together, will Mr. Fun grow a mullet?
No,
Oh, that would be funny. Or a goatee.
no, that's not happening either.
Have you ever
What about
heard
the
of
moustaches that you can curl?
No,
No?
I'm done with charity bets and
Parachute jump.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
a parachute jump with a mullet?
On the bright side, we could have spent 80 million and been a relegation fight. You're absolutely right there,
we
Jack
could have
Lennox.
done,
Very,
yeah.
very, very well said.
I
well said
believe it's
indeed.
still 0-0 as well. So
Come on the tune. Yeah. Okay. Right. So, should Zola walk or be pushed? Who would you go for?
I think Pardew's out of range.
isn't it more a case of who would come?
Yeah, well, exactly. That's why you're looking at. Yeah,
Okay, so if you think
people are saying
hypothetically-
Pardew, you're saying that he's not
hypothetically,
going to come.
if anybody would come, you'd go for.
I would. Available. Who's available? If he would come, I'd go Pardew.
Poor girl says Warburton.
Warburton's available. Yeah, it's a possibility. I would go Dean Smith from Walsall for Brentford, though.
Heath seriously wants you to be manager.
Who does?
Heath Burgess.
He wants
Jack-
me.
Yeah.
Jack
Why
Mark-
not? Why not? He says.
Why not?
Says
Indeed.
Roy Hodgson or Nigel Pearce. I really would
Absolutely.
not want
Nowhere
Hodgson.
near either of
Nowhere
those
near.
people.
Nowhere. Nigel Pearson I'd consider, but
No.
Hodgson just
Stay away.
absolutely not.
McLeish.
Wenger at the end of the season.
Oh, McLeish! Wow, there's a conversation starter, isn't
It's
it?
just not going to happen, is it?
It won't happen.
Won't
No.
happen. I can see Blues fans. thinking,
Reece Williams
ooh,
says, "Oh, Gary Rowlett's available."
Yeah, I tell you what, you joke about it. If I was the board right now, I'd be on my knees, apologising and begging him back. But it's not going to happen. We know it's not going to happen. But there's one from Gerard McLaughlin. That's my only worry about Zola going.
What's that? Sorry.
Is that genuinely it would be Robinson, wouldn't it? They'd give it Robinson.
Probably till the end of the season, as a
Yeah.
player manager role. Donald Trump.
And that frightens me massively.
Somebody just suggested
Donald Trump, yeah. The fake news that we lost 4-1 at home.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
A lot of people for Ian Holloway as well.
Again, I don't think he's got an affection for Birmingham, hasn't he?
He has, but he's a QPR man, and I think he loves. He's been QPR manager before, and he loves that place. So
And Jack would happily welcome McLeish back. I think
I'll tell you what, it is interesting. When did he go? 2012.
Yeah.
2011,
2012, yeah.
After the cup, wasn't it?
Yeah, after the cup.
So 2011 he left. So it's been 6 years now. This summer it'll have been 6 years.
Who's that, sorry?
McLeish. It'll have been 6 years after he left.
Yeah.
Now, is that enough time for people to turn around and say, actually, if we want somebody dogged who's got us up before?
For me? No way. No.
Interesting.
I think
I would not turn him away. I would put him on the shortlist.
So what if Bruce left Villa tomorrow and Blues approached him?
I'd put him on the shortlist.
I think the Bruce scenario would be slightly different because
Why?
he left an extended period before he went there.
McLeish won us a cup.
Huh?
McLeish got us promoted and won us
The
a cup.
players won us the cup. McLeish had
McLeish won us the cup.
Nothing to do with it. Judas.
McLeish won us the cup.
Would any of you lovely people out there have Alex McLeish back at the club? There is the latest question. Yes, mister.
Brett Stanley said, I did travel up from Bognor Regis on Saturday. I think it's his son, he's 12, wanted to pay for herself, daughter. Only £1, I said, OK. Walking back to the car, she asked for £1 back. Awesome, just for a cheek, I doubled it and gave her 2.
Fair play.
Okay, the thoughts and comments are coming in. Ray Hobro says yes. Robert Doyle Bruce, yes, although he has a poor memory. Vince Frost about Ronald McDonald, another clown. Aaron Gill, how no. McLeish going to Rangers. Kevin Kelly, no. Tainted by the vile. Gloria Jackson, no. Shane Kujak, no. Bruce, you guys kill me. Mark Wanwell. John McDonald, no. The minute you go to Villa, it's a no from me. I think that's it
interesting because how do people feel about Kevin Phillips? Kevin Phillips scored the winner for Villa at St Andrews against us, and Blues fans hold him in high esteem. It's interesting, isn't it, the way we feel about it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Bick says no. He'd have the players to play his style of football, hard to beat, and knows the league from Jack. And Robert Doyle, I thought I'd like Houghton back.
Bloody hell, Robert! I'd absolutely love Houghton back.
Mr. Fun, what is it about Robbo you don't like? At least he shows a bit of passion on the pitch.
Yeah, but there's passion, and there's us three would show passion on the pitch. Paul, I'm sure Paul.
You show much.
No, but you show passion. If you were playing for Blues, you'd show passion. Paul would show passion if he was playing. It's not about showing passion. Sometimes you've got to actually have a bit of ability as well. Otherwise, you would just have 11 fans on the pitch if you won games with passion. I'm saying he's nowhere near good enough. He's nowhere near good enough to be on the pitch, and I genuinely don't think he'd be good as a manager.
Karen
no
Brady.
to Bruce and certainly no to Redknapp. George Anderson,
no to
Karen
Redknapp.
Brady. Well,
I think Warburton, Dean Smith would be probably the first two on the list.
Robert Doyle, I'm with Mr. Fun. Don't think Robbo would be a good manager. And Carl Williams agrees with your passion. Then there's ability or lack of it in Robbo.
Okay.
Gloria Jackson, yes. Houghton, get him back. The bloke's off the go compare advert. He's got passion.
Yeah, well, he has. Yeah, exactly.
And Nathan Green has
Go
a
compare.
problem. And Aaron Gill, what's Stevie Carr doing these days?
He's in Spain.
Is he?
Yeah, I think he's living in Spain.
Again, there is no experiences there, and I think
It's a problem, isn't it?
no.
Excuse me.
I mean, what about the guys from Lincoln at the moment?
Oh, yeah,
what
the
a
two
job
brothers.
they've done.
Yeah,
And there's two guys there that have really got their heads screwed on, and they've got a good backroom staff and everything, and I don't think they'll be in non-league football for long.
No. I don't know where
not.
Lincoln are actually. Where are they actually in the league?
They're the top of the national
The top,
national
are they?
league.
Oh, right, okay.
So they should get promoted to the football league this year. But even then, I think they're destined for higher than League Two and things like that.
Aaron Grant wants to know, is it Zola or Robbo if it's the option at the end of the season?
I mean, that is
Now, that is a question.
Which leg do you want chopped off?
Yeah, what's happened to Ryan Giggs? Yeah, he has no club at all, has he?
The funny thing about
first. You're going to answer that one first. I'm sorry, I am going to press you for an answer. Zola or Robbo till the end of the season?
Robinson.
Ooh.
Just.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the worst, the real, the best of a bad bunch. But
don't you think that he'd play the Gary Rowett way?
exactly.
Yep.
At the very least, I could see that there would be a. We'd be in with the Burtons and the Wiggins, and we'd be fighting for survival rather than just.
City. We're talking about being in with Burton and Wigan.
But that's where we
disrespectful, isn't it? Really. to a
that's
club
where we
that
are.
the
That's
statue
where
is-
we've gone, sir.
Noel Blake has a.
That's a good point from Wazza. If Robinson gets the manager's job, at least it gets him nowhere near the team. which is absolute relief. Yeah.
George Tasker, I'd take Giggsy. Alison says she'd like Alan Kirbysh. I think
Kirbysh has been out of the game for a bit too long, but I mean, ex-player, so at least he knows the club. For me, it'd be Dean Smith or Warburton, I think, probably.
And I just mentioned Noel Blake, but I think he would be. But
Yeah, well,
he's dropped
I
off.
said he-
Dropped off now, hasn't he?
Completely off the right, but
Yeah.
somebody who's managed England level, so
And did well.
yeah, he did very
Did
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shame.
Who would Robbo blame if he was the gaffer?
Yeah, well, that's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
He seems to be. I didn't love it, but obviously I didn't love it. But the third goal, he's completely lost his man, and the guy who scored their third goal has dropped off Robinson, and Robinson's just left in no man's land. And the guy scores, and Robinson gets up and just starts shouting at anybody, and you're thinking, "It's your man! You just lost your man. What are you doing, turning around shouting at?" Oh, yeah.
Zola's sister.
More suggestions coming in. Robert Hopkins for manager. Andrew Cave.
Michael Johnson's another one there. Yeah, that's another.
And Robbie Savage from Maxine Stanley.
Probably not. No. No,
I wouldn't want
nowhere
any
near.
one of the Jedwood triplets to manage
No,
the
Remy Gard.
Remy Gard.
Michael Johnson's Zola's sister, Gordon Strachan. Ah.
I can't believe there's so many people.
Yeah.
So many people that people are throwing options about.
So many bad ones.
No, no,
Roy
we-
Keane, I would steer well clear of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shakespeare's sister, right guard.
Shakespeare's sister. Yeah.
Kirbishley knows the club.
No, not really.
And Jack Story.
I wouldn't have Kirbishley. You know, I'll
He
put
actually,
that
he
out
actually
there.
doesn't like
You
the
wouldn't.
clubs.
Oh, okay.
I've heard.
Sorry,
I've
you
heard.
wouldn't,
I
you say.
wouldn't have Kirbishley.
No.
Jack
If
Story.
Robbo was manager, he'd still pick up as many bookings.
Yeah, yeah. He'd be sent to the stand a few times, I think. Yeah.
Mark Hopkins says Robert wouldn't want the job. I've asked him. Paul Jewell from Craig Richards.
Paul Joel.
Blast from the
Where's,
past,
he,
isn't it?
yeah,
Where's
where's
he
that
gone?
name come from?
Where's he gone?
I don't think he's anywhere. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. Jackie Chan being lined up, says Ian Dew. Alberto Tarantini. Oh.
Well, Paul Gascoigne. The Chuckle
Paul
Brothers.
Gascoigne. Come on now, people, please.
Here we go. As a side issue, George Parrish is manager of Brighton Ladies. Not for us, obviously, just passing on the info. Thank you.
Okay.
What about the chap who's gone off to Grimsby?
Big Nut, yeah.
Good shout out from Luke Kelly. Chris Coleman or Loudrup wouldn't be bad.
I mean, Loudrup, if the board want to, if that's the actual reason they want to play and want a name and they want to play decent football, I'm sure Loudrup would try. But Zola's tried. You know, you can't fault Zola for trying to play.
This is one of the things that
You
I've
just
got,
haven't got.
Yeah,
He hasn't.
absolutely. You've got to say that he has given it a go, and you know.
But then when he's realised that it hasn't worked, he's completely gone crazy with it.
Yeah.
and that's the thing. He has abandoned the defensive side of it in the hope that in the desperate attempt to try and play decent football, and when he's realised that nothing's.
George Ellis says Davo.
Dave,
Tom Ross.
Lineker, no thanks.
no,
Derek McInnes.
no, probably not. I mean, he's done a good job up in Scotland, but no.
Sack the Italian and give Richard Beale till the end of the season.
But then you've still got to get someone to the end. I don't like this end till the end of the season thing, you know, and 'cause then you're saying you haven't got that much confidence in them to give them the job for 2 years or whatever. You just give them to the end of the season and see how it goes.
Ooh.
Big Ron Ferguson.
Can I
What's
just
the fun?
say? Can I just say we're on for record comments tonight?
We are.
We are.
Can't keep
That's
up.
because people keep suggesting stupid names.
We're on
Big Ron.
620
Is David Curry a B6er?
I think we're on
Carl
620.
Williams said what I said in my opening notes. Is it the lack of players' ability or poor management from Zola?
I think it's a bit of both.
Both.
I think it's a bit of both. I think the previous management system knew the players' strengths and utilised them to the best of their ability. I think the players aren't great. They're not by any means. They're in not. It shouldn't be in the top half of the table based on their ability compared with every other team. But it's been poor management from Zola as
Well,
well.
as Jack says, poor management who plays store at centre defence.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's more Zola's backroom staff not working with the players, not just Zola.
Well,
Exactly.
it's everybody. But it has. It's just completely gone. You know, I mean, defensively is my real bugbear. You know, that we used to be hard to beat, and I used to like that about us. You know, I didn't mind that we weren't playing 30,000 passes every game, you know, and I liked that we were hard to beat and teams didn't like playing against us. And now everybody wants. We said that our next 3 games, Wolves, Leeds, and Wigan. I bet Wigan are looking at their next games, thinking, well, I don't know who our next 2 games are, but we got Birmingham in 3 games time, and we really want that one.
Yeah, we'll have 3 points there.
Yeah.
Newcastle scored. There we go.
Go on. See, things aren't that bad.
Hello, sister. I'd just like to inform the world that I beat you at Super 6 this week. Got to get that one in. Don't happen very often. Right. Okay. So a simple yes/no from you all. Right, and that's all I want. Don't want any large comments on this one. Simple yes/no. Do you think the Zola way will work? A simple yes/no. Off you go. Your call. Go Toon. Yeah, Newcastle scored. How about Martin O'Neill? Noel Blake, Robert Hopkins, Mick Arthur. Mind those people.
I mean, that's...
You're getting people. Yes. Zola can't read football. Makes you wonder what the training regime will become. Scott Bohemian, no. So it's 1 no, 2 yes.
John McDonald, yes. Andrew
No.
Cave, yes.
Oh, dear.
Das Hines.
Oh,
Capital,
dear.
yes.
Oh, dear.
Robert Chapman, yes. Shane Cusick, no.
Oh.
John Robbins, yeah. So all these people saying yes, is that with Zola or not with Zola? Because
It's with Zola and the Zola
so
way.
many people are saying Zola out,
Yeah.
but yet
Where
you've
are
just
they?
asked that question, will the Zola way work?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying yes.
Ray says yes. Eventually, it must be a lot quicker. Eventually, Andrew Cave, no from Mark Hopkins.
I'm going to just say my sister-in-law has just come on and knows nothing about football, and she said yes.
Oh, well, there we go then.
Thank you. Who's your sister-in-law?
Sarah Elizabeth Stevens.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much for that. Newcastle.
See, Robert Doyle says
She'll love
yes
me for
with
saying
a different manager.
Right. That's interesting, isn't it?
So, a lot of people are saying yes, but is it with Zola or with a different manager that they're thinking?
Not with these players. With Zola, all of you people need to go A&E. You've got brain trouble.
He seems to think people have been drinking.
It'll be too late if he does. Gary and Emma Pendry, no. Not with their team.
Roberto Mancini.
Yes, with Basil Fawlty. And we've reached record comments as well.
That was kind of mixed, but they're mostly coming through his nose now.
Yeah.
118
I think it's since you've explained it properly.
Yeah.
The one
They've
player
started
that could actually
saying
play
no.
the Zola way is benched in Frey.
Well, I mean, that's the strength. He was the... You look at our January window, he's the marquee signing, isn't he, Frey? You know, Gardner obviously is the one to appease the fans, but Frey is the one to excite us. And he's been... You know, he started Preston and he got took off at half-time and he didn't start in the 2 games before and after that one, which is strange, really, because you'd have thought, after spending that money on him and he's the marquee signing, that he'd be the one definitely to play, but... Das Hines is hijacking this.
He's voting for 3 people at a time, isn't
he's voting yes quite a few times.
The thing is, as Ray says, barring Newcastle, no other team in this league plays his way. Everyone beats everyone, but we don't. That's the trouble with changing a system halfway through a season, isn't it? You know, and we knew, and you said, you quite openly said, this is going to be dangerous. It's going to be very risky.
It just based on what we had, you know, I couldn't see us playing with the players that we've got in the way that all these people wanted us and expected us to play when Zola came in.
And Steve Rice wants to know what happened to Greg Stewart. Definitely not the player who shined in Scotland.
No, I mean
different level.
I said earlier he's quite clearly a very good technical player, and he has got ability on the ball. But especially against QPR, he just slowed everything down. I don't know whether he'd be better out wide or part of a front two, maybe. But as that creative influence, he instead of speeding everything up and getting us through, he slowed everything down, and then QPR were able to organise again. Then I'd just like to see a bit more, a bit that final pass a bit quicker and a little bit more inventiveness from him.
I certainly don't like playing from the back. I do not like it. Do not like it at all.
Here's a good one.
Yeah.
John McDonald said, if only we had these players with Rarrett. I don't know. I don't think it would
We
be
can't
much.
go back there, though, can we? You can't,
That's what he's saying. If
I mean,
we had these players...
technically we can.
Mick Holloway says Daz Hines needs a drug test.
Yeah. You joke about it. If Zola went, then all these people saying we can't talk about Wright anymore, technically we can until we've got a new manager. Because then you do start to think. We always used to say, what if Wright had a bit of money and a bit more prowess up top? Someone with the ability of Fry and things like that. We always used to say that, and that possibility would then be. But it would never happen because
it's never going to happen.
The board would never do that.
No.
They would not. I mean, sacking Zola would be admitting their mistake enough. To then crawl back to Rowett would be.
Never
There's no way would they do that. But I am a jilted lover. Come on, Mark. I am.
I applaud you, Mark. Brilliant. That is brilliant.
That's exactly how I feel.
Gary, the thing is that we have owners who don't know anything about football. They want his own profile manager to get our name out there.
Yeah.
Overseas. Not doing a very good job at it, though, are they?
No.
At the minute. So.
Well, the trouble is now they haven't even got a team chasing the playoffs to sell. They've got a mediocre bottom half championship side. So.
And as George Beasley says, to play Zola's way, you need pace and ability to use and pass with both feet. Robinson, Ground, Shot, and Morrison. Come on.
Exactly.
But this is what I'm thinking. Do you think they've just tried to change too much too fast?
Yeah, they did. They tried to.
Brilliant idea if they pulled off.
They tried to revolutionise us rather than evolutionise us. If you see what I mean. There was no steady. There was no. Thank you. There was no steady progression. There was just a leap from from one planet to another, if you like.
It was like overnight, wasn't it? As well.
It was, yeah, exactly. And that was that has been the problem, that the players have failed to accustom to it, and the fans have grown tired of it. They certainly after QPR, they've if we start tippy tapping it around the back and get caught out against Wolves, there's going to be hell to pay.
And we will get caught out against them if that's.
Yeah, if they, I expect them to come out of the trap quickly against us.
That they're sat there now watching the video for Saturday, right now,
yeah,
this minute.
But they'll be so up for it.
What video?
I know, video. Sat watching a video, like videos are around anymore.
Oh yeah, but like, I'm going to load a video to YouTube. We all say that, don't we?
Oh yeah.
Do we?
Well, what would you say then?
Fair enough.
All right, okay.
Yeah, but I do think they'll come out flying out the traps against us in the hope that they catch us out, like a lot of teams have, like Sheffield Wednesday did, like Preston did. So.
Half-time, Newcastle 1, B6-0. That's good news. Great.
Should I get me applause ready? Hang on.
John McDonald says he knows they might stand by the decision of appointing Zola by spending in the summer to fix the mess. Why
would they risk
in
it?
The first place?
Well, exactly. That's one point. Yeah, it's their mess they've created. But would they risk doing that? Knowing the fans' views as that. I mean, they know the fans have had enough now. The majority of fans now. Especially after they know the reaction. I mean, Mike Wiseman got absolute dog's abuse from some fans in that director's box on Saturday after the game. It is totally wrong, especially someone like Mike Wiseman. But to be fair, he stood it up and he fronted it out, and he spoke to everybody. And the guy that was effing and blinding, he shook his hand afterwards and everything. And
can I just say, he said thank you for the very kind words you said.
Oh,
who did?
Pleasure.
Mike Wiseman.
That I said.
Today.
I spoke. Oh, today.
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
I was walking past and I spoke to him afterwards and just said, fair play for fronting it out and full credit to you and everything, and so.
Yeah, Adrian Harris says, I think the change on the pitch was too extreme and too quick. I fully agree with you there.
Adrian Harris says, Man City did it, why can't we? If he's on about changing it overnight, that's because Man City decided that Man City had a Qatari prince or owner, you know, that they had. Honestly, there is no limit to the money Man City can spend. Absolutely no limit.
No, it's limitless.
If they want to spend £1 billion in a transfer window, they could.
They could, yeah.
You know, so they can afford to change it overnight because they'll just keep throwing money at it till it works. We're not going to do that.
George wants to know who's back on Friday. That is, of course, Gardner and Davis.
Gardner, yeah, back
They're
from
back on
suspension.
Friday.
Yeah, I can't see any of the injured lads being back.
And Steve Rice said, sorry to say, chaps, if Costa's up for it, Wolves will spank us.
Yeah. That is the worry. I mean, the last 2 away games we've conceded in the first 10 minutes in Sheffield Wednesday and Preston. So if we follow that trend and start slowly, and there's no way Wolves will start slowly against us.
Alan Osborne says Wolves will hammer us. Costa will be laughing after the match, just collecting the match ball for the 2 hat-tricks he will score. End of. Not much...
2 hat-tricks, my
really.
goodness.
Oh, dear me, dear me, dear me.
Can I just say, Adrian said in an earlier comment that our fans were still behind Zola on Saturday.
No. None of the ones I were with, that I were around were with Zola. Absolutely
Maybe in the bar.
not.
Sorry.
Maybe in the bar.
Yeah. Don't know.
Hmm.
The Man City man is selling 1 million barrels of oil a day. We are selling 3,000 programmes a month.
Exactly. And a couple of multi pies at that.
And Shane says, I heard on a lesser sports radio station regarding the Chinese ownership that they wasn't even aware
That there was relegation.
there was relegation. Dear me. That's...
Well,
You know, I know,
what
I know it's
absolutely
fun. It
frightening
sounds
thought.
funny, but I can sort of half believe that there are some people that don't realise that you get relegated.
Yeah.
Oh, dear me.
I was behind Zola, throwing chips at him, said Robert Dorman.
There is no quick fix for this.
There can be, but there won't be.
There isn't.
Not a quick one. There can't be a quick fix.
There isn't.
Well, there can.
It won't be a quick fix.
You go back to
whatever.
where we were on
But it won't be-
the
it won't be-
14th of December.
But
It won't be a quick
can't
fix 'cause
do
you've got
that.
different-
That
it's a
won't-
different
that won't
team.
happen, will it?
It won't happen. So there can be a quick fix, but there won't be. Is the point? So there will not be a. And like I say, I genuinely don't think they're brave enough to admit their mistake. So I think it will. I think it will go on for quite a while.
And you think we're going to lose on Friday?
Yeah. I really hope we can somehow pull it out, and Wolves have an off day, and we turn it round and we get the win. But there's nothing from the last 2 games to suggest to me that we can do that against them.
So it's been quite a doom and gloom show, really, all round.
I'm sorry, everybody.
Mr. Fun at his best. There you go.
Yeah.
Mr. Fun at his absolute best. Adrian Harris is asking, why is the business name being changed? Is it a tax fiddle? We couldn't possibly comment on that. Is the business name being
Say that, can
changed?
you?
Well,
Well, it has been changed slightly, yeah, but I mean,
Which business name?
BIHL,
BIHL,
isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, right.
or is it TJ?
I'm not sure actually.
No, I think it is BIHL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Penelope Wood, anybody got any rope? We might have some for you after Friday.
After Friday, yeah.
We might be doing
Give it Monday's show, and it'll be Daz Hines hanging from the
special lengths on a Monday night.
Yeah.
Tony Grogan says, I'm going to watch The Walking Dead at 9 o'clock.
I'll be watching The Walking Dead on Friday night as well.
Daz Haynes, we will win Friday. There you go. That's it, Daz.
I hope so, Daz.
Nice bit of
I
positivity.
really hope so.
Nice bit of positivity. And, it's BIHL, right, okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Fungry Hairback, you're totally depressed.
I will try.
Do you think it's a Samson effect? Is it? No, Samson. Not
Samsung. Yeah, Samsung.
Samson
No.
You know, when you have your hair cut, you get even more
No,
down. And
trust me, I was feeling this before the haircut.
you were feeling this about
Gregory, I've been feeling this for about 28 years. Gregory Breesley says, can you put on an extra show on Saturday as we are not playing and can perk the mood up?
We'd love to. It's just, I mean, it's just having the
time, isn't it?
time and
Timing
things,
and,
you
you
know. We have got another life, haven't we?
Oh, BIHL is changing
Have we?
to Birmingham Sports Holdings. Right, okay. Well, I dare say that they wouldn't want to be associated with the name BIHL.
Well,
anyway,
that's another possibility, isn't it? If they're just trying to get rid of that.
Tony says he's been watching The Walking Dead since Zola came in.
Very good.
Well, as always, it's...
Holy mother!
yeah.
There's more than
Is
one
that good?
person that's asked if Daz Hines is on drugs.
That's worrying. Maybe he shouldn't come in.
Maybe not. No, if we win, he's in.
Daz, if we win, you're in Monday.
Yeah.
You've got to be around about 7:15. Get in touch with Chris Brown. He'll give you all the details on how to get here, and we'll just have a Daz Hines show on a Monday.
The Daz Hines show.
Daz Hines show.
Daz Hines.
Dun, dun, dun. Hey, John McDonnell, great positivity. We're going to end on this. We will win our next 3 games, and it will all be forgotten. It will be if we do. But Chris can't see it. Chris Brown can't see it.
Nope.
I can't see it. And I don't think anybody else out there can see it. But let's hope it happens. Who knows? Chris, it's been an absolute pleasure and a joy.
As always.
Thanks, Mrs. Brown, for your hospitality. And let's hope we're back here on Monday with Daz in the studio.
Yes.
And a win under our belts. And you forgot my competition song, Adrian Harris. Quick.
Competition. Oh,
You didn't do one, did you?
no,
No.
forgot.
Can't get the staff. Thanks, you guys out there. It's been absolutely amazing tonight. I've not been able to keep up once
No,
again.
we've
It's
been flying through
crazy,
again.
crazy. And we're going to do this again
Keep them coming.
next Monday. Let's hope, as I say, Daz is sat in the corner.
Yeah.
You take care, keep riding to the end of the road, and for those of you who go to Wolverhampton, be safe, keep out of trouble, be sensible.
I'll try.
It is Dingletown, and let's go and scrape a win somehow.
Good night.
Good night.
When we sing together, we're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have the team that stops here at St Andrews. They gotta give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever. Let's hear it from the stand. So come on, city, sing this song once more. We are the lads from Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We are the lads from Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?
Welcome to this week's Made in Brum, and in recent weeks some of Birmingham's classic bands have been releasing new albums, so congratulations to The Beat on the new album Bounce, which I personally think is great, and another of our city's classic bands have a new album out. Late 70s and early 80s rock band Quartz have just released Fear No Evil, so we are pleased that Mick Hopkins and Malcolm Cope from the band are this week's special guests. But this week's show is dedicated to the memory of original lead singer Mike Taffy-Taylor, who died on the 27th of September. So, as a tribute to Mike, this is the debut single from Quartz called Street Fighting Lady.